Good morning everyone, welcome to my channel. So it's Saturday for you now, still the same day for me. I had finished filming this video which you watched earlier in the week and selected my threads, like it's still sitting here like it's literally been a minute, ready to go off and be stitched. So I figured because I had all of the bits still around, some have made it back to the big box beside me, but I've got bits and pieces. I thought I might as well prep this one as well. This is now pretty dry. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. What I want to do is have a look at this beautiful fabric that Tracy gave me and see how I can bring that into this image. I like that. How does that work with all of this? Now I have a berry. I want to do something with berries, and as I was filming that last video near the end, I was thinking that I would be enhancing these with some stitch, so I'm still going to do that. And this beautiful fabric here will also be part of the piece. So it really is just a case of seeing where everything ends and stops and starts. So that was a real easy piece to put in. Might just do a rough cut for now. I hope I'm right. Okay, let's get rid of the bulk and see what's left. So bring that right down. I think we'll take that out of there. That'll allow that leaf to come in. Now we'll just soften it. We've got plenty of background fabric there, so we can be a little bit more, cut it back excess. And once again, this will be just stitched and enhanced. Shouldn't take long to piece this one together because this fabric is going to take up a massive space. I'm going to go right in around that flower, get rid of that excess fabric. Let's just double check. Yep. I do lose a bit of that, but I really like that bud. Happy with that. And then I probably don't, lucky I checked, because if I'd continued down there, I would have run out of space, and I nearly took too much off there. Oh my goodness, that was close. Oh gosh, I could probably trim you back a bit so that I can see that. And I wonder, can I stitch the red berries down into this a little bit? That might be interesting. We'll see. Let's get some thread going because I think I can invisible stitch this straight down. Now we've got the top to think about, which is not a bad thing because on the other page, which of course I haven't stitched yet because I'm filming literally one video after the other. Where is that other page? What we've got is we've got this embroidered flower happening here. And when they sit side by side, we've got this embroidered flower there, which makes me think maybe we put a knot. Stop thinking and put a knot in the thread. Go. Maybe we do a similar collage-y thing that we did here, but up there, and maybe in more neutrals, so it's not so heavy. Let's just get this stitched Hang on a minute, don't stitch yet. Get it into position. Oh my goodness. Look guys, I'm jiggering this up because I'm thinking too much and not concentrating. Let's get that down in position with some pins. It's good that the bird on that tissue is up there in the air because my hands will be down the bottom here stitching, so I won't be, you know, roughing it up. Okay. Need a knot. So I hope you're all well. Feels weird that I've just asked you that exact same question because I filmed this video in the last hour. It was a long video too. But I'm not surprised because we sort of had to nut out the overall layout, and that's why I thought, you know what, I'm going to film the next video with this for Saturday because A, it's all top of mind. I've got an image, I guess, building in my head. The fabrics are lying everywhere. So it works. Oops, big stitch. Don't want to see it that big. So this stem on these flowers too is really pretty. I could stitch up into there a little bit. I still have a leaf lying here somewhere that's not from that napkin. So that's got potential. So for me, it's Tuesday. And you're watching this Saturday. You haven't had a Saturday video for a while. At least it gives me some time to stitch in between. So when I come back to you next week, these will be stitched and to some degree. I'm sure they will be. Got time. Is it Tuesday? No, it's not. It's Wednesday. Oh my goodness. See what I mean? Every day is just chock-a-block with tasks to do. While I was semi-tidying up and taking that photo for the thumbnail for this piece and video, my brother rang and they had a wild storm go through, but and the creek has come down, but not too bad. It's only, you know, just to the ankles, but he didn't actually get any rain. It rained in another district where that creek is, and all that runoff is now sort of passing through the system. So he rang just to let me know that had a little bit of water come up in the creek. And I did know the storm was there, but by the time I looked at the bomb site, our Bureau of Meteorology, the storm had technically passed, and it was sort of probably about 10k away from him, and it looked like it was dropping some serious rain. And I said to him, did you get all the crashing and banging and flashing and very little rain? And he said, yeah, that was the case. And I could see it because the bomb site takes a snapshot of the weather every 20 minutes. And I could see it was over him, and then it was disappearing away from him. And as it went away from him, it hit the next town, which is 15k. Yeah, probably maybe 20k. And it had developed a red centre with a bit of black, but yet over him it was just all the blue tones, which sort of indicated that it was building. So it literally built over his head and then moved 15, 20 minutes down the highway and turned into a big dump of rain. I then watched it for a few hours as it was heading in the direction of me. It was sort of heading easterly but northeasterly, which lined up Maryborough, Harvey Bay, Burrum, Bundaberg. And there was one north of my brother as well, which was heading into from Gayndah across as well. And I thought, oh, we could be in for some rain. And it got as close as Howard, which is 20 minutes from me, and Howard and Childers. So it still was 20 minutes from the coastline, and it just rained out. Absolutely poured from my brother's building of it to dumping in Kilkeven all the way through to Howard, which is about an hour by land. And then that last bit of coastal distance, it was all gone. So yeah, it was quite interesting because it literally lined up the pair of us. But I never saw it. It was, those clouds were empty, fully drained. So yeah, and yet his creek still came up, even though he didn't really get any rain. So someone south of him got rain, where that creek rolls through. Isn't the weather amazing? And it's amazing that we can see these Bureau of Meteorology sites. So it's just all great information. It's good because then if you've got the information, you know whether you proceed or not. Say you were travelling, you could at least look at it and go, oh, that's looking a bit mean, I'll sit tight for an hour and let it go through. Otherwise, you're just relying on the sky, and if it's dark or you're in a spot where you really can't see past a mountain range or anything, you've got no idea. Very cool. There we go. I think that's secure. I haven't brought any lace or doilies into this piece yet. We'll see how we go. The only reason that popped into my head is, and didn't here, is I have a little bit of negative space here, which would be nice for a piece of lace, which then makes me think, well, where, Fudgy's now looking at me through the glass, where would I put it over here? I better let the fudge in. Hang on, guys. Come on, Fudgy. It's all right, guys, I got him. Come on. Here you come. Seriously. I opened the door and he then just proceeded to smooch the door. Now he's going backwards and forwards. I've left it a gap. Yes, Fudge. Make up your mind, son. So let's have a look at the top. Maybe we do bring late. We do. You know what? I sort of like that. Where's all those scrappy bits of fabric? See, I've got a little bit of that left. I do like that too. That sort of joins the page. Does make it look like it's meant to be together. So, all right, we're going to carry on with the scrappy fabric idea. This fabric is the background for that fabric. So for me, that sort of potentially could be used because it marries it together. I'm going to stay away from there because I have paper towel, napkin there, and I can see it. So I'm going to keep going this way. That's too bold. That's not a bad piece for a chunk of colour. Let's just trim off the pinking sheer edge. And once again, this space could be little labels that are paper as well. So I haven't really been putting the prompt anywhere, like writing the prompt. like that there. That's, yes, Fudgy, now he's gone back to Dad. Just bear with me, guys, as I fiddle. Let me just bring it up into camera shot again. So far, we're resisting the urge of adding lacy bits. I like that there. I like how that steps down. Maybe there's something else scrap-wise. No, don't bring those flowers over. Don't need to. That's another blunt pin. Slowly getting rid of them all. Been at it for, you'll notice that in a few videos, she's binning pins. Maybe that's enough, and some artwork out of those little booklets could come across. I sort of, let me zoom up. Look, you're not even in camera, girl. I feel like that's encroaching on the little bird too much. Fudgy. Just going to bring it up a bit. Give him a bit of space. Maybe just those 3 bits. Yeah, I think so. Where is, there's those threads just got cast aside. See, I'll be able to use a little bit of that, but maybe bring in some other colours. Definitely bring in some other colours. There's no maybe about it. Oh, here's a little scrappy bit. Don't mind that there. Gets rid of that little piece. It matches. Pussy. Nope. 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 Camel. Do we need a little bit of the camel fabric? I don't think so. Let's just go through. Oh, there's the leaf. Oh, hello. What if we make... Yes, that's what we're going to do. Let's get that glued. Fudge. He just wants to sit and smooch. And I'm busy with you guys and he's not happy. We need a little scrappy bit of calico. Here's some calico. And that's just the base for this little guy. And what we'll do, I could probably go hunting out more leaves too, but I don't really want to, you know, nibble into another napkin. When it's a nice complete image. Is that going to fit? Did I do enough? Okay. Yep. So what the plan is with that, now I've got a dirty mat again. Goodness me. It's all good. It's all good. Is this random leaf, once dry, I'll fussy cut it out and I'll bring it up the top here across this collaging somehow. It can just be an additional little element that can go into that position. So let's have a little look at these labels and see if this negative space potentially could have a label. Blessed. What are you doing? Just having a look at all these words. sapling, fern, botanize. I think some of those are already used. Leaf. That would have been a good one a minute ago. Stem. Have I used botanized? Blooms. A bit all over the place, aren't they? Leaves. Did I just say the word leaves out loud? Sure I did, didn't I? Leaf. Look at that. That would work on there. Don't need it. The other thing is too, that's just paper. And on the outside of a journal, it's got the potential of being made tatty pretty quickly. Botanise. Well, we're definitely botanising everything. Study of plants, the animal kingdom is not botanising. It's all the plants. You know, I don't mind that there. We're going to do that. Okay, so once again, I need some fabric, fudgy, just to help reinforce it. So we'll just tidy it up. We'll glue it to that fabric and it can be attached there. You know, I can just see that printer's label on the napkin. You can see it. See, there's a bit of text just there. I trim that a little bit short. And my feeling is that when I start stitching into this, it will pinch in a little bit and really expose it. So I'm thinking this label will sort out a future problem that is going to be coming. I like the colour of that fabric. So let's oh, here comes the fudge. Just because your hips are good, buddy, doesn't mean you should be doing crazy stunts. Okay? You're still a very happy little cat. Even though we've been told things aren't real good inside, he's still a happy little cat, which is great. There we go. So that now will support that fabric, will help protect the paper. Trim it off. It too needs to dry. And when I'm finished all the embroidery, that will sit there as a little feature. Just as a little element. Yeah, I like that. So let's have another little look. We've got this little leaf. I'm impatient. I really want to cut it out, but look at it. It's a gluey mess. These stamps aren't bad. Is that berries? No. Blue flowers. Gee, some berries would be good, wouldn't they? Could we be bothered looking for berry images on the computer and making a thing? No. No. What about just some script? Like some scribble. That says onion. I don't mind that there. And then the leaf comes up across it. I'm going to put that on as well, backing, because I don't mind it. I know it says onion. You know what stopped me is prior to Dad going to hospital, he was harvesting onions. And then while in recovery, part of the issues I had to sort out was there was 100 bags of onions in the shed ready for market. So with some very generous friends who came across to the farm, hooked up the trailer, loaded up those onions, and then spent the week cruising the area. I should have cut that back. Now I'm going to get glue on my scissors. Oh, well, I just got to clean them. Yeah, they spent the week cruising around Harvey Bay, approaching fish and chip shops and Indian restaurants and Chinese restaurants, all people that would be using onions, and also went to the markets. They broke down a heap of the big bags of onions. We're talking 25 kilo into 1 kilo lots, and sold the entire lot. So fantastic. Oh, it was just so good. So the fact that the word onion is on this tiny little piece of artwork, I'm going to use it because it just sort of feels like it's meant to be. That's going to go there in some way. That little leaf, I'm going to cut it down. Now that I've got glue, I'm just going to nibble that out of there. I shouldn't be, but I'm impatient. This little element is going to join that cluster at the top corner there. Somehow, you know, like, just like that. Just a little onion. Means nothing to anything, but means so much to me. And that's just adorable. I love it. So I need a little container to put all these bits in, because this is a major project. You know who we haven't had out for a while is Snail. Let's grab that tray and clear it out of its dumping station. So Snail is a project that I did with Tia and Susanna ages ago. Just bear with me as I tidy up. So he is from the Tilda book, this chap, and we made him, we did one each, we stitched into him, and I've glued mine into the bottom of this tray I had in the cupboard, and it's perfect for projects. So what I'm going to do is put my pieces in here, these little bits that'll be used at some point. I'm going to tuck in behind the snail's tail, so they're safe and nearby. And this will be my tray for my bits and pieces. So that's the plan. Now I do need to stitch I'm just trying to make room, for goodness sakes. At least now I can tidy up because we've finished the 2 pages. So we'll just stitch this down. That's great, guys. I really feel like I've got ahead of the game here. And next week I can start working on my version of this. Oh, I had thread anyway. My version of this project, but in my seaside journal. And I know I want to do an owl. And I know that the mushrooms are going to be red. So stay tuned. The only prompt that I haven't addressed yet with this is, of course, summer days. So we'll see. We're running out of space in the journal. That's all good. Summer days in Australia are very much warm, hot tones. And wild storms. There we go, we'll get this stitched down. And I think that's it. We might pull a few threads, but no rush. I don't want to overwhelm myself with a heap of threads either. I'd rather pop up and grab them as needed than have hundreds of threads around me and just get myself into a mess, you know. So I've sort of stopped pulling a lot of threads to the couch. I also need to put some time into the Botanical Beauties piece too. So I've got a lot of stitching. All right, let's scoot through here now. Secure this little piece. I think the pages have worked out really well. They've blended. You're probably wondering, why have I done them separately and not just one like the mushrooms? Purely because this is involved. The less handling that this type of added piece of napkin can have, the better, because it can lift. It's purely a decorative element. Yes, you can stitch into it, which I will do a little bit of stitching on those berries, but it's delicate. So it's best, those stitches are a little bit big for my liking, but anyway. That's why I decided just to use the 2 single pages in this case. But the composition of them has definitely been considered across the 2. So when that opens in the journal, it'll be very much looking like it's part of the story. Okay. Well, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Saturday, I'll still be at the farm. We're coming up to some really strong, hot weather too, so it's going to be real pleasant. Lots of water as we wash out kitchen cupboards and walls and pack and tidy up. It's going to be 40-degree heat in central Queensland, and because the farm is on the other side of a big mountain range that runs through Queensland, they get that heat. Not as bad, but they get it. Unless there's a bit of a breeze from the coast that can sneak through gaps in that mountain range and keep that hot air back. But if not, I'll leave that piece sticking up. Yeah, if not, oh, it's going to be a stinker. And just whip down here. That's still not technically dry either, being that it's still Wednesday for me. Now that I've worked out which day it is, my goodness sakes, every day is just merging into another. Just that top corner. Tiny little stitch. I probably should use a colour that matches the piece, but I don't care because I like seeing the process of which things happen, and little stitches in amongst bigger stitches and decorative stitches tell the story of where I've gone with it. So if I was fussy, I could, you know, find a coloured thread for each piece, but I haven't done that ever. So no use starting now. There you go. I just try and keep my stitch tiny. Doesn't always happen like that, but tiny-ish. Once I put some decorative stitches through, you're not even going to notice it. There we go. Lovely. I better throw that in too because I can foresee a lot of stitching coming. Let's have a look at what we've got. I think we're pretty much right to roll. The other thing I might do is put my needle, it's a bit big, isn't it? Don't need it. I'm not pinning, so I don't need it. I just need a needle to stitch with. That'll be fine. All right, guys, that's it. That's all I need at this stage. Maybe a bit of cream thread, a bit of gold. Maybe a little bit of that, just having a rummage through here. That's interesting. Maybe use up that. I think that's enough. All right, that's it. Thanks everyone for joining me. Have a great weekend, and I'm off to do some stitching. Bye.